Why were medieval maps so hard for early European explorers to read? Imagine trying to find your way through a foggy landscape with a map that looks more like a piece of art than a guide. That's exactly what early European explorers faced with medieval maps. These maps weren't made to help sailors or travelers find their way across oceans or lands. Instead, they served as symbolic pictures filled with religious meaning, legends, and myth. They reflected what people believed about the world at that time, which was very different from what we know today. Back then, most maps showed the world as a circle divided into 3 parts: Asia, Europe, and Africa. These maps often put Jerusalem at the center because of its religious importance. The top of the map was east, not north, which is what we usually see today. Landmasses looked distorted and simplified, with no accurate scale or measurements. They didn't include latitude or longitude because medieval mapmakers didn't have tools like telescopes or precise instruments. Instead, they relied on old texts, religious stories, and personal beliefs. Many maps included mythical creatures, monsters, and legendary places. These were not just for decoration but also to warn explorers about dangers or teach moral lessons. For example, some maps showed dwarves, sea monsters, or distant lands filled with strange beings. These images made the maps confusing because they mixed fact with fiction, making it hard to tell what was real. Some maps, like the Beatus maps, even showed lands beyond the known world as imaginary or uninhabited. They believed no one lived outside the Christian world, so they drew unknown lands as empty or filled with monsters. This limited knowledge made explorers unsure about what they would find beyond the edges of their maps. When the works of the Greek scholar Ptolemy were rediscovered in the later Middle Ages, mapmaking started to shift toward more mathematical and accurate representations. But this change was slow. For many years, maps remained symbolic and religious, not practical tools for navigation. In the context of the beginning of exploration, these maps created a challenge. Explorers had to navigate with maps that didn't give clear directions or reliable information. They had to depend on their experience, oral stories, and new navigational tools like compasses and astrolabes. The maps, inaccuracies, and myth-filled content made voyages risky and uncertain. So, the reason medieval maps were so hard for early explorers to read was because they focused more on religious symbolism and legends than on real geography. They lacked accurate scales, directions, and details needed for safe navigation. This limited understanding of the world and made exploration a brave and uncertain adventure. As mapmaking evolved, it helped explorers move from myth to more scientific understanding, marking a big shift in how Europeans began to see and explore the world around them.